Good morning, students, and continuation of the third unit, that is cognitive process, and I'm going to deal with the perception and perceptual errors. Okay, so the topic we are dealing is what? Perception. Okay, so first we'll be dealing with what I mean by perception, regarding introduction regarding of the perception. So before going to the perception, so first we'll be dealing with the what is the meaning of sensation. So already you know that sensation is nothing else but through our sensory organs. So what we are realizing, so that is called as a sensation, or through our sensory organs. So what we are perceiving the things, or what we are observing the things, so that is called as what? Sensation. Okay, so already you knows that the sensory organs. Okay, how many sensory organs are there? Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and the skin. So eye is called as a visual sense, and ear is called as auditory sense, and nose is called as a olfactory sense, and the tongue is called as gustatory sense, and the skin is tactile sense. Okay, so already you know eye means it gives for vision, and ear means hearing, and nose means smell, and the tongue gives a taste, and the skin gives a touch. Okay, so this is just introduction regarding what is sensation. So when you are going to in depth, and you will understand what is a sensation. Okay, so what is the definition of the perception? Okay, perception is nothing else but what we are sensation. So already you know, and through your vision, and through your hearing, and through your tactile, and what you are sensating the object, and that you are putting into the meaningful interpretation. Okay, so that is called as what? Perception. Okay, so what you are sensating through your eyes, and through your nose, or through your mouth, or through your skin, so that you are putting into action, so that is called as what? Perception. So for example now, so during a night, okay, so everybody having a perception that, so something by seeing our shadow also, and you will perceive something regarding of it is a devil. So nothing else but, and through sounds. Okay, so by hearing or by visualizing of sensory visualization, so you'll feel that shadow and sounds are going on, so you'll perceive that, and something ghost is behind you. Okay, so that type of example is for the perception. Okay, so here according to the Woodworth, and he is explaining that the process of getting to know the objects and objective facts by the use of the senses is called as a perception. Okay, so that is regarding of what do you mean by perception. Okay, is it clear? So once again I am explaining what is perception. So perception is nothing else but, so through our sensory organs, so what we are so observing from the external environment. Okay, so that is called as a perception. Okay, and choosing our own ideas and our own thoughts, and making our own way of idea. Okay, that process is called as a perception. Okay, so we see the characteristics of the perception. Okay, here they're explaining that perception is a process. Okay, so perception is not only a input and outgoes. Okay, so it is a continuous process, and is going to be there in a perception of process. Not only one place it is going to be takes place, it is a continuous initiation of input and output, and response is going to be given by this perception. Okay, so for example I can give this one, like for example it is a memory. Okay, so what you are going to do, whatever you are listening, and you are making into words or putting into action. Yes, and you are going to show in the examinations as a result. So that is a continuous process, and where you are going to perceive the thing. Okay, next one, perception involves a sensation. So from the sensory organs, okay, so like touch, smell, and vision and hearing, so everything we are going to sensation. So that is one of the characteristics of perception, and it is also having a presence of stimulus. Okay, so here presence of stimulus means a response to the object. For example, already in the starting introduction I have given example that as one ghost is behind, nothing else is there, but as a response of stimuli, so you are perceiving that something is going to be happening. So that is a response of the stimuli is going to be seized in the perception. Okay, and next one is a knowledge about the selected information. Okay, so for example I will give you some of the object. Yes, so for example I will give you the one object by drawing, and I'll ask, like for example, that art. The best example is what? Art. See how they are going to observe this art means something meaning behind that art will be there. Yes. So that information you are going to perceive through your knowledge. So then only you can able to uh, grasp the good way of the art which it is. Okay, so that is knowledge about the selected information. And preparation to the responses. So preparation to the responses nothing else but, for example, so do you have a problem first. Yes, so if you have a problem and you will be selecting so many ideas and you will be having so many imaginations in your mind. Yes, so if I will do this work and what is going to be happen, if I will do this and what is going to be happens, so you are going to differentiate and prepare yourself and perceive what is happened if I'll do such type of work. So that is called as preparation of response. Okay, that is also one type of characteristics. Next one is a past experience play a role in the perception. So past experience in the perception, I think about here already they have given example that if you don't like a fruit of apple for example, so your perception towards that object like likes and dislike, or vegetables like cucumber, bitter gourd, so these kind of vegetables, so you are going to pursue that. If once the perception is bad and automatically the frequently in your lifetime also, so your perception on that curry or vegetable is like or dislike only. Okay, and it is individualized, so nobody is going to be perceive your thoughts, and you yourself is going to be have a perception. Okay, your own interpretations and your own values only you are going to selected. Okay, for example, influenced by expectations and motivation. Yes, so you want to, so in your BSc you want to get a good marks and distinction marks in your first year BSc nursing, so that is your expectations and motivation what you are having, and you are going, you will be having some of the perceived level of intent that yes, I can get a distinction marks in my BSc first year. So that is individualized goals, that is also a person process. And next one is it involves the organization. So it involves the organization. I think whatever you are pursuing one particular stimuli, so that stimuli is also going to be stimulate and sensate and make the impression for the other person also. Okay, for example, now you got an idea, so that idea is going to be shared to the organization. So that is the characteristics of perception. Okay, now next go for the factors affecting of perception. So what are the factors that affecting perception means? Sense organs. Already you know, if the 5 organs are not working, so automatically so we will not get the information. And if your brain is not working, and if once the past experience is bad, automatically the perception levels is going to be bad. And learning. Okay, so if you don't have the learning capabilities and knowledge, so you can't able to perceive the good way of the picture. Okay, so that is an emotion. So when you are in a stress, anxiety, okay, so you are not going to be perceived normally. And interest, so interest nothing else but, so in the yesterday's topic already I discussed that if you have the interest in the subject only, you can able to learn an enthusiasm towards the object. So if you don't have an interest towards the product, and you are not going to be perceive the things. Okay, and motives. Okay, so already in characteristics I have given example that, and if you have the goal that you want to pass or get a distinction marks in BSc nursing, automatically so you will have the enthusiasm to read and study. Yes, so if you don't have a particular motive, so there is no movement or goal towards the success. Okay, and next one is a self concept. So here self concept means nothing else but the self realization. So self realization means, so you yourself is going to be take an idea or the concept, so to form a solution. Okay, so that is called as self concept. And next, expectations. So expectations means for how much you can able to do the work, so that is limited. So expectations means more than your workload if you are doing, so that goes to the expectation leads. If your expectations are more, and you are going to have a false results. So these are the factors that are affecting in your perceptions. Okay, and next one, principles of perceptions. Okay, so in this unit the principles of perception is very important. Okay, it's a compulsory question in your examination. Okay, and a very important unit also. So what is the first one? So these are the 10 types of the principles of perception. So one by one we'll go that, and the first one is what? The principles of figure ground relationship. So here the principles of figure ground relationship nothing else but is a figure is always perceived in relationship to its background. So what they are saying that is, already I have shown you in the perception, this here they have shown you the picture, right? So what they are going to differentiate whether these two pictures are similar, and they are going to make the perception towards these two figures, and what is the background concept of this figure. Okay, and for example my view of this figure is different and your view of figure is different. Okay, so according to the individual knowledge and the capability and the motives, and it is different from one person to other person. So that is called as what? A figure of perceived relationship. What is the background between this figure? Already I given example that art is, so one diagram is there and they are going to explain so what is happening is behind this diagram. So that is called as a figure ground relationship. See here my point of view is that yes, so the two people and they are making a communication. So that is my point of view regarding this figure. Okay, so like that, and every individual will have the knowledge regarding and perception regarding of these two faces. So that is called as figure ground relationship. Okay, and next one is the principle of closure. See here the principle of closure, they are saying that incomplete. See here the circular they have given and rectangular box they have given, and this is a Pandu. Okay, so here the three pictures they have given. So whenever you if you are feeling that how I can identify this as a circle, because so we are having a point of idea that a circle will add my joint, but whether here there is any circle, no. So there's gaps between the circle. Okay, so we are perceiving the closure. Yes, so when it is far, yes, so we can perceive that yes, there is a sensory gaps between the circle, so that you are going to understand. Okay, and here the panda also is an incomplete one, so but we are recognizing it as a panda because we are having idea regarding of this when we go for the closure meaningfulness. Okay, that is a principle of closure. And next one is a principle of grouping. Okay, so this principle of grouping is going to be divided into three types, that is similarity, proximity and continuity. So here the similarity, so similarity means what? Yes, so here they have given the yes A part given, and one undotted circle and dotted circle, undotted circle and dotted circle, but we are saying that these are grouped of dots. So whether it is a grouped of dots, no. So it is a differentiation is there in between the variation. So but the pictures looks like grouped one. Okay, and the proximity. So proximity means what? See here appearing close the lines 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 lines are there, but how we are perceiving that lines, and these 8 lines are grouped and 2 pairs each, yes or no? So but so it is a continuation of the lines. Okay, so that is a proximity, how we are perceiving the things. And next one is a continuity. Yes, so what do you mean by continuity? See here how what is the dots they have given, the continuation they have given. So but whether the dots are continuation, so there is a breakage in between the objects. Okay, and only circles are there but line, but we will say that it is a continuity of dots. Okay, so these are the principles of grouping. Next one is the principles of simplicity. Okay, so simplicity nothing else but what do you mean by thing? Yes, the characteristic like symmetry, unbroken lines and the compact area of perceiving, familiarity with the figure contribution to its simplicity. So whenever here they have taken some topic, yes, so in that topic and they are having of a giving of same size and the difference of the letters and the difference of the process. So whenever you are going in depth regarding that simplicity, you are going to see the object. So nothing else but the size of the letter and the pattern of the writing, okay, and the shape of the letter, everything will be similar to the coordination. So that is called as what? Simplicity. So like for example, the best example is the textbook's way of writing. Okay, comparing with the our notes writing and how is the textbook way of writing is difference. Yes, that one. And next one is the law of Prägnanz. Okay, so the law of Prägnanz, nothing else but yes. So whenever you are seeing that, yes, so here you have seen that, so the broken way of shapes, it looks like ugly way. And whenever you this picture, and if you are making in a so closure of shading, so automatically how you will feel it's a good picture which gives. Okay, and overlapping of the square, rectangle and the circle is going to be there. It's going to be a good picture. But whenever you are taking, so it is an incomplete, like an imperfect and ugly broken ones you can see in this picture. Okay, so that is regarding of the law of Prägnanz according to our perception, and it is going to be differentiated. Okay, next one, so principle of counter. Okay, so here principle of counter, nothing else but yes, so sketches. Okay, so sketches with appearance, the size and the color, they are going to make a separation. So for example now, so in these colors we can easily differentiate that yes, everything was mixed, but easily how we can differentiate, that is color differentiation and size differentiation we can able to easily separate it. So this is a blue color and red color and yellow color. So okay, for example rainbow colors, when you are taking that, if two colors are there in the rainbow, for example blue colors or two blue colors are there, so we can easily identify which one is two colors. So separate of the margin colors that is lacking counters. Okay, so that we are going to perceive in principle of counter. And next one is a principle of contrast. So contrast, nothing else but see here, so what is a contrast colors? Okay, so already as a girls we knows that, and a saree with the contrast blouse we will wear. Yes, so here what is a contrast color is a navy blue and the sky blue color, they are taking a differentiation, right? So these dots are big and whereas these dots are small. And again that when we are observing from the far object, and these objects looks like how it's a thing, a background is blue, sky blue is bigger, and whereas an other objects are smaller look. Okay, so vice versa is going to be looks the differentiation of the pictures. Okay, and next one, so principle of context. Okay, so here principle of context, nothing else but a rain may be perceived by a farmer as a blessing and hell of the tourist. Okay, so what their context, nothing else but here they are saying that they are differentiating between the farmer and the tourist. Okay, so for the farmer, so the rain is going to be perceived as a god, and it is going to be, it's a need base for the farmer, and whereas an tourist, it is a hell for the tourist. So two types of perception, because so the tourist has to be so visit all the places, and he is going to be perceive all the things, right? So where the farmer need the base of rain in order to take the food. So here the context is going to be, for somebody it is good and for somebody it is bad. Okay, that differentiation is called as principle of context. And next one is a principle of distance and depth. Okay, so here principle of difference and depth, nothing else but so depth of something based on the person. Even an infant has is this ability. So what is a distance and the depth? Okay, for example, as a graduate student is so reading of one topic, for example whatever I am teaching to you the subject, so it is tough to read now for 2 to 3 times for you. Yes, and comparing with me and your object of distance and depth is more. Yes, and comparing with the infant and the toddler, and whatever the toddler can do the work, the infant is going to make the difficulty to do such kind of work. So that is the distance and depth of the process. And next, principles of motion. So principles of motion means, see, hills don't move but near trees move during a travel. Yes, so that they are saying that. And clouds also, whenever you are seeing that, so while traveling the trees will not move, and the hills also will not move. But when you are traveling, that a gush of movement of trees and the hilly movement we can observe. So that is called as a principle of motion. Okay, so that are the overall principles of perceptions. Okay, so next one you see the determinants and the factors of perceptions. Okay, so what is the determinants? What you are going to pursue means the nature of the stimulus, that is size, color, intense pain, etc. That we can able to, these are the main factors to contribute the perceptions. Okay, and the health and functioning of sense organs already we have discussed, and the past experience, learning, the same things they have explained, whatever they have explained in that one, and nature of attention to stimuli. So attention nothing else but interest. Okay, so that is also very very important. And learning and training, so gold recognition by women. So learning and training and context of perception, so nothing else but two types. Okay, if struggles comes, we have to accept that with a smile. And interest and purpose and motivation, mental and emotional status are the determinants of perception. Okay, already we have discussed, again repeatedly they have given this. Okay, and next, errors in perception. So errors in perception, they are differentiated into two types, that is errors on account on defect in perceptual organs. Okay, and second one, errors on account of defect in mindset and the time of perception. Okay, two types, that is defect in our organs and a defect in our mind setup of time of perception. So that these two again divide into illusion and hallucination. So first we'll be dealing with the what is the mean by perceptual errors. So here the perceptual errors already I discussed that regarding of the sensory organs. So already I discussed, and if the person is deaf, dumb, or if he have any nervous system brain problems, systemic dysfunctions automatically, so he can't able to perceive the things, that leads to the error of perception. And next one is what, mindset and the time of perception. So here mindset nothing else but, see here, misperception of a letter based on the people who are exchanging it, and includes one mental setup instant. So we may get afraid of shadows, moments as thieves and devils, and we may recognize a stranger as our relative. Yes, starting of introduction already I give an example that, yes, whenever we are wake up at nights, and by seeing our own shadows, and we'll feel that that is a ghost. Yes, so that is regarding of mindset and time of perception. Okay, next one is what, illusion. So illusion nothing else but is faulty perception. Illusion is called as what, faulty perception, and we are, by seeing something, we are misinterpreting of that, that is called as perception. So the best example is that, so by seeing a rope as thread, okay, by seeing a rope from the distance, so the person will feel that it's a snake. So that is a type of illusion. And one more example here they have given that, yes, whenever you are seeing from far distance, yes, the sky and the earth, so if we feel that it's going to be joined together at one place, but whether it will be joined, no. So looking horizontal, but it will not be horizontal, it will be, sky will be up and the earth will be down. So that is our perception only. Okay, and next one is hallucination. Okay, so hallucination means perception of the stimulus in the absence of stimulus. Okay, so what they are doing that, here presence of the object they are perceiving, here without the stimulus or the object only they are perceiving. So that is sound, smell, vision, taste and touch. Okay, so here sound, if somebody are not calling also, so they will listen all the sounds somebody are speaking with them, and some arrogant smells they are going to see. And vision, so they will be visioning something abnormal in their activity. And the taste, they will feel like somewhat bitter and everything. And touch, somebody are there touching continuously, like tactile sensations they are going to feel. Okay, so that is a difference between illusion and hallucinations. Okay, so illusion means what, object will be there, they will perceive that something is there above that, that is by seeing of thread they will observe that that is a snake. But here, and here there will be no sounds, and there is no smell, and there is no vision, but they will feel that that is happening to them. Okay, and that is examples of hallucinations. Okay, so that is regarding of this one. And next one is the types of perceptual illusions. Okay, so here I will show you all the illusions, how you are going to perceive the thing. Okay, here the illusion of the size. Okay, so false perception of the size you are going to differentiate it. Okay, a football in the child's hand appears larger and then it is an adult's hand, yes or no? So that is a differentiator how we are going to perceive the object. So here, so it is a given illustration compared with the size of black circle. So that is whenever large circle is there, it's look like a small one, and whenever the small object they are doing same size of dots this one, but whenever it is in the short circle it is looks like a bigger dot. So that is illusion of size. And next one, illusion of the length. Yes, and these three lines are similar. Yes, but when we are saying that object will be differentiation, which one is larger, so then what you will say, the third one looks like a larger, yes or no? So but the arrow junctions, fork junctions are there, but the lines are similar. So this type of illusion length is called as a Muller-Lyer illusion. Okay, only they have added the arrows, but other than that it is the length of the size and is everything is same. Okay, that is all. And next one is optical illusion. So optical illusion nothing else but, yes, see here, whenever you are comparing with the characteristics of the visual object, yes, the information gathered by the eye process, what everything, these boxes, everything is same. Yes, the perceived images, whatever you are saying that, yes, it is different shadows, everything is given, but what is our perception of here? Yes, black and the white shade is. And anyway, the optical illusion, how we are going to identify, it's a chessboard, yes or no? So here the physical measurement, whatever you are making, everything is same, but the objects only the in between the boxes are differentiated according to the mode. That is called as optical illusion. Okay, see here, yes, so we are going to see this object of illusion, and this is also called as a stress. So whenever you are having of a stress, and if you are seeing this picture and some movement is going to be observed for this picture. Okay, so if you have a continuous movement for this circle, and automatically so you are going to have a certain levels of stress to your body. Okay, and next one is a illusion of perspective. So illusion of perspective means, so according to the distance, okay, so this is small and medium and the larger. So because it appears to be far, how much far it is, and you are going to mislead the dimension of the perception. Okay, and whether if when you are seeing a railway track and the near one looks like a larger, and whereas the far one looks like a and the further one looks like a smaller objects. Okay, so that is a perception of illusion you are going to dealt. And next one is a illusion of curvature. So here illusion of curvature nothing else but, so you are going to differentiate what kind of objects are there here. Okay, that is horizontal, straight and the parallel. So when we go in depth, so this is a parallel ones, horizontal ones and the vertical ones, so that you are going to differentiate according to the object. But when we are seeing the picturization and your overall angles, you are going to estimate it is different. And next one is a horizontal or vertical illusions. Yes, whenever you are seeing this object and you are going to assume that, and it is a under line you are going to make it. So but whenever you are taking, so we are going to differentiate, this is a horizontal line and this is a vertical line. And next, illusion of the movement. So already I explained that what is illusion of movement means, whenever you are doing a journey on the car, so in the hilly areas, and you feel that the mountain and the trees is moving along with us, but so it will not move along with us, so it will stays there, but our illusion is that that is going to move a process. That is also called as a illusion of movement. So it is going to be differentiated in three types, that is autokinetic illusion, induced motion and the stroboscopic movement. So autokinetic illusion means what? So if we enter a room, yes, and suddenly, so we feel that suddenly we spot a light over the thing, so automatically what is the light is moving around, we will feel, right? So that is called as a autokinetic illusion. And whereas an induced motion. So induced motion means, and the sun or the moon, the movement and the cloud movement is called as that induced motion. And stroboscopic motion means, and a picture or the movie by moving of still the picture in series. Okay, so that is called as stroboscopic movement. Okay, so thank you. So this is regarding of what is perception.